will be explaining object-oriented programming. So basically, object-oriented programming involves something called classes. So if you want a blueprint for something, say like a robot, you make the class, create member functions, and then you instantiate the class. The instance of the class is called an object, and using the object, you can call all the member functions. So I'll just implement that class robot or class bank maybe, and the basic dunder method that also I learned from Cold Steel is defined in it. It's a constructor basically. So I'll give a name and initial deposit, and self is basically like this keyword in Java. So it's a reference to the current object. So self dot name is equal to name, and self dot initial. You do this because you have to set these are class variables, and you have to set the class variables equal to the constructor variables. Let's do define deposit. So you have to use self in Python. That's how it works. So deposit self and amount, and self dot. You can use initial deposit only because that will be equal to your account deposit, or you can create a separate class variable called balance or something. So plus equal to amount. So and now you can print something. Print your current balance after the deposit of amount is self dot initial deposit. Now you can do withdraw. Define withdraw self comma amount, obviously, and you have to check here if amount greater than, I mean amount if amount greater than initial deposit. You can't write initial deposit, obviously. You have to refer to the class variable. That's why print insufficient balance. It is okay. So then you have to return. Then you can do it like self dot initial deposit minus equal amount. Minus is just self dot initial deposit equal to self dot initial deposit minus amount. So this is amount, and now you can print something saying balance is now self dot initial deposit. So basically bank or more likely this is just something that is bare bones. We'll test it out. 1 minute. Okay, so we can test it out. You have to instantiate the class. I'm going to use the main method. If this means just a way of saying only execute within the main thread. So b equal instantiate the object of the class. Now you can see here name any, initial deposit any. So you can do more error handling to check if your name is a string. And I'll give myself an initial deposit of 1000 units of whatever. Now let's see if it runs without errors. Okay, it compiled. So b dot deposit another 1000. See, now I have 2000 rupees. So, and you can access initial deposit here. Obviously it is a class variable, so you can access it. Okay, you accessed it. Now just printing another line for the sake of clarity. So b dot now withdraw. Now let's withdraw this huge number. Let's see what happens. Insufficient balance. So b dot withdraw 456 or 450 for that matter. So you can see what happened. So this is an object-oriented programming example. Remember that object-oriented program means you have to write the blueprint for something, use constructors, member functions, and in something like Java there are keywords like public, private, access modifiers. So in Python I think you can just stick with self key. But one more thing, this self name can be changed to anything. This Python convention is using the self keyword. So you can deposit, you can withdraw, and you can add on to this basically if you want. Do one try catch, try except, check if name is a string, check if initial deposit is an int. I can do that. I'll do that. So this is try except. So except exception as e, print error. Why am I doing a try except is because it's wrong here. Okay, it's not the right sort of thing. So you can do if type self dot name equal type this, then that, else you can print an error, uh, make it a formatted string. um, Name error is not a string. Okay, now let's try changing name to an int and see what happens. Yeah, but before that, error name one is not a string. Rest of the code failed because I'm calling more things over here. So you can see that's your try except. Okay, thank you.